Let's talk about trucks. Let's talk about mud boggins.
Let's do Ford versus Chevy now. Put a bullet in my mouth.
It's the longest weekly episodic show on the internet about mud and flat earths and fried chicken.
We're saying it for the small audience.
Yeah, we're getting things kicked off in the right way. Yep. TGW Live. Oh, what? Did I say something wrong? Hey, welcome everybody to the show tonight. TGW Live coming to you on Wednesday, April the 16th. Yep, Steve Martin coming in the number one spot tonight, man. Thank you very much for logging in. Derek Deswan, he is in the house second, and Chris Giacconi in the top three for the podium tonight. Great job, man. We got a great guest tonight. Pimp Juice himself is making a appearance on here. Gonna talk a little bit of Mudfest Minute, and looking forward to having him on. But before we get started, let's go ahead and thank a couple of people. We're talking about Big Shocks, man. Jared and the entire team up in Mecosta, Michigan, laying down the best parts in the business. I know Pimp Juice and them ride on some Big Shocks. We'll get this feedback on that in a little bit. But anyway, actually talked to Jared today, man. He said everything's going very well up there in Michigan, and appreciate everything that he does for the sport. So if you're going to be up making any upgrades, be sure to go to bigshocks.com. Parts made in the USA, ready to ship out. Same day, next day, man, and they absolutely back it with the best customer service in the business. And then don't forget about all your safety needs. We're talking about Holley and RaceQuip. If you're going to be buying that new helmet or fire suit or boots or gloves or you name it, please reach out to our friends. Go to Holley.com or RaceQuip.com for all those parts needs. So thank you very much to both of those companies for being great affiliates with Trucks Gone Wild. All right. Oh, we lost
One of them.
Ledford again.
Hell, that must have been Chris, huh? There was like all kinds of weird noise. Did you hear it?
I don't know.
Oh, man.
Maybe.
And then he disappeared. So he'll be back in a minute. So.
All right. Give us the wrap up on last weekend's event at Orlando Speed World. How did everything go with the big Florida truck meet?
Man, everything went good. You know, you're always going into it because, like, what we're used to at the barn and at Bamboo when we do tug of wars, we know we're going to start at a certain time. Everything is a well-oiled machine. And I'm not saying that truck meet's not. What I'm saying is there was a schedule that was put up at one point. It changed. And then even that day, it was kind of like I'm there with Jordan, and we're there with everybody. We're like, well, what time are we going to do this? And it's like, well, let's just figure it out. And we always figure it out, and it goes great. But there was just a little bit of like, it's fun because you're kind of like, oh man, how are we going to tell everybody what time that we got to do this? So, long story short, we brought all the trucks in through a common gate at 7 p.m. and probably rolled 40 trucks through this one gate. And it was like a surprise monster truck parade that we weren't even planning on. And that was cool. Jimmy started the show with these wicked donuts that he does. And then we had awesome pulls all night. We had 4 different teams try the Tugnados. I think the best one of the night was the final team of 3 that actually did it. And they had it dialed in. The key to that is braking traction. All trucks have to break traction, and once you do that, you can turn, and the whole thing just slides effortlessly. If even one guy is not spinning his tires, it messes up the whole thing, and that's what makes it fun. Yeah, so.
Yep, that's that whole deal about having equal trucks, too. You know, one can't be a heavyweight with, a couple of lightweights and so on and so forth. So it sounds like everything went good. How was the Burnout Wars?
Burnout Wars was cool. I think Chris saw a little more of them than I did, so I'll let him expand on that because I was going around to the drivers once we figured out that we were going to open the gate at 7. I was going around to all of them trying to find everybody. So.
No, I could see because I was flying the drone, and that's the vantage point because it's a lot of smoke. Some very, very, very cool trucks out there. One truck had pink tires, and it was like the brightest pink smoke show. That was really neat. Really high horsepower stuff. It's pretty neat because you get filled up with smoke and then you just hear boom when the tire goes in, and then 5 seconds later you hear boom, another tire blows. It's really, really cool stuff.
How about the Australians? Were they able to make it?
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that's for those guys. I don't know them personally, but I know that those trucks. But really, really cool stuff.
Somebody was
Like,
holding an Australian flag, so I'm assuming that was one of those guys. Wister, it's so funny because you see these vehicles. One of the things I like about Burnout Wars is all the vehicles, they look radically different. There's some really cool looking vehicles, right?
yeah.
And they just go out there and they essentially go out there and they spin around a couple times and they disappear in a cloud of smoke and you don't know what the hell's going on. But it's cool. I'm not saying that as a dig, but you're just
Right.
like, it's like off he goes. All right, I'm gonna see him for about 10 more seconds, and then all of a sudden gone. And the pink smoke that Chris was talking about, we were joking that was like a burnout war / gender reveal.
Yeah. I figured that's what you were fixing to say.
But it was neat. It's something different for us. The vehicles look different. All the guys are cool, and they're just like they're just like our guys with the tug of war. They're dudes that are into that and they're passionate about it, and it comes through.
Hey, Carl Jett's got a great comment. Says the Tugnado sounds like a group of mud crickets yanking on the same pole.
Carl, we can't control where your mind goes, my friend.
I love it. That was a
The
good one. Well,
the
dude, I'm
the
glad Florida Truck
Carl,
Meet was such a great success, and it sounds like it was a good time. Looking forward to seeing all the footage you guys came up with from that event, and I know that the videos and stuff have started leaking out across Facebook and Instagram, so it's nice to see all that. So I hope everybody had a good
if
time.
if Carl Jett ever does a tugnado, I
Yeah,
will refer to it as a dillnado just for him.
yeah.
Yeah, and he'll be happy about that.
Well, let's go ahead and bring in our special guest tonight. I'm talking about the one, the only, out of the Mid Arc Off Road Stables and Arkansas, right there in Little Rock. Let's bring in our great friend Daniel Roberts.
What's going on, guys?
What's happening?
Yeah, good to see you, my friend.
Yeah, good to see you guys.
Last time we saw you was down in Okeechobee, Florida.
Yeah, we miss it every day.
That was great. That
And
was a great weekend, wasn't it?
Definitely.
that was a good time, and so many of you guys were at that event for the very first time. And Daniel, that was one of the reasons that we wanted to have you on tonight because a lot of people down there were talking about you guys hit a stop in Texas after that, but the next time that we were going to see each other, and then a lot of the guys at Bamboo where we were all going to be hanging out again was at Louisiana Mudfest. So it's a natural connection just to bring you on here and talk about Louisiana because you've been there for so many years and everything. And honestly is, and I'm not saying it because we're going there next weekend. It is one of my favorite parks to go to. It is just always fun, and you never know what's going to happen.
Oh, absolutely. It's probably our favorite park too. This is the one we really just don't want to miss. We like the fact that there's just not a whole lot of events going on, so there's never any time constraints. You can do whatever, whenever, and I mean, I think you guys agree. It's a lot easier to kind of maneuver it.
I
You
would
know,
agree with that. I think
yeah,
a lot. It's funny that you mentioned that because there are a lot of venues all around the country that feel like it's like, hey, we need 3 or 4 things on Friday. We need 3 or 4 things on Saturday, and you don't. If one on each day that's good is better than 4 on each day that are marginal. You know.
absolutely. So it's one of our closest ones, I guess, for us. We're in Arkansas. That's right next to Louisiana. We've got a 5 or 6 hour trip if everything works out well. And so we're going to load up. We're going to bring some trucks. We're right now planning on bringing 5 trucks.
I was going to say, expand on that. Tell us a little bit about the truck that Jackson's been sharing a little bit over the last week.
Well, I mean, you're going to have to hear that from him. So I guess pretty much you're going to have to show up to get the full story. But
I like it. Okay.
yeah, we had a little mishap with Juice Box at Okeechobee. Kind of had a little deep hole accident. It's not really running right. So I said, well, we're going to have to turn up the speed, and we've really been pushing to get him something else going. So yeah,
Nice.
he's gonna he's moving into the Chevy Power game, and yeah, so we're excited for it.
Good for
Does the
him.
Yeah,
does
definitely.
the does the name change or does it stay the same with the
We're
upgrade?
we're probably going to change the name. So we're getting some stickers made tomorrow. We're going with Juice to Up. So
Oh,
Juiced
nice.
up. I like it.
yeah, it's going to be a member of the Juice family, obviously.
Got to keep it in the family, Daniel, right?
Yep. So Pimp Juice is going to be leading the pack, and We're going to have Leaf pulling the gin and juice truck behind his rig and the Hypnotic Dodge. Of course, Jackson's got to grab a steering wheel, so he's going to be pulling the juiced up truck and most likely Wayne's World if all that works out. So they've
Nice.
got a new big block in that thing. So, yeah, we're going to come down there and have some fun.
You know what I think is so much fun about you and your crew. It's so much work to bring everything that you bring, right?
Yeah.
So, however many trucks you bring, on top of that, you bring like the skid steer to tire everybody up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you guys bring your own portalet or two. You bring a food truck. It's like nobody brings more than you guys, you know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you need a lot of stuff, don't you?
But
Yeah.
I guess you do. Yeah.
But we've been working. I'm going to tell you, we hadn't let up. I don't know if we've made any money. I'm assuming that we haven't because anything that we've made, we've spent back on the trucks, just getting everything going. So we want to be ready. For some reason, we just look forward to Colfax. I think everybody does. And so for us, we're down to the timeline. We're trying to get loaded. We've already got one of the trucks with the tires off. We've got tires inside of box trucks. We've got trailers ready. I mean, we're really on the home stretch, so we're excited about it. Yeah.
It
That is
it must
awesome.
cost you guys. Oh,
Is it expensive? Did I lose you?
oh, I lost Daniel for a second. I don't
Oh,
know about you guys.
Yeah,
I'm
we
still
got you.
here.
Yeah, we got you. He was talking about, yeah, but it's a whole lot easier when you're taking all that stuff 5 hours, Daniel, versus 14.
So Okeechobee for us, it was about what we spent 3 days getting down there and 2 days getting back.
God.
Well, you got to hang out with one of your brothers, Kevin Lawrence, which is watching tonight. He's already commented. Pimp Juice, the one and only in the house. So,
Yep, yep. Talked
yep,
to Kevin today, definitely. So
yep.
it'd be cool if he could make it to Colfax one day. I think he
Oh,
had it
it
on his
would be.
list. Yeah.
Yep.
So
Well, I know that you got to spend some time with him down in Okeechobee. So tell us a little bit about that. I know that was a nice little reunion.
oh man, so we stopped. We picked up the King Crush truck. We got it cleaned up, loaded on the trailer. Fixed whatever needed to be fixed. And I'm going to tell you, it was like the King never left because when he pulled through, he had a driver bringing his truck, and the driver said, "Man, do these guys know you? I have to see all these guys bowing down to the King." And it was like that the whole time at Okeechobee. It was fantastic. And so we put the big tires on Leaf's truck. We put the 8 tires on his. We went
Yeah,
right to floating.
saw
And I said,
that morning.
"Yep." And I said, I tried to get Tiffany to let Kevin. I was like, "Hey, we're going to go out there and float." She vetoed it. Not going to happen.
Not gonna
Yeah.
happen.
But I was laughing because, that would have been so smooth compared to the tug of war show we put on. And he's up in there with a neck brace bouncing around in the truck. You couldn't wipe the smile off his face. But yeah,
No,
we had a fantastic time.
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, that was really good. And since then, he's been really doing a lot better. He's his physical stuff is up, his mental attitude is up. Business is doing well. So man, we're looking for a quick recovery on Kevin. So
That is great
anyway,
news.
yeah, Okeechobee definitely contributed to that.
Yep, yep. You're right. You couldn't wipe the smile off his face all weekend long.
Yeah, it has been absolutely great. So, like I said, I talked to him today. We talk to him all the time, and sometimes I'll be in the dumps. So I can call Kevin; he'll cheer me right up.
Yep. Know the
So,
feeling.
yeah,
I
so
All
know
he's
the
got to
feeling.
do, all he has to do is start telling you a story, and you
yeah,
just cheer up, dude.
yeah,
I talked to him about a week and a half ago about a couple things, and he was like, "Dude, did you see where Waylon won the belt at the wrestling school or whatever?" And I think I saw something one night late, but I forgot. He's like, "I'll send you some pictures," and then I just see Waylon holding the belt up. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I'm just happy when somebody else likes wrestling as much as I do. You
Yeah.
know?
Well, I'm going to tell you, I'm not just the big wrestling guru, but what I saw pre Okeechobee, we went down there and when we had our own little Royal Rumble, and I'm going to tell you, he's a superstar. He is an
Yeah.
absolute. It was impressive, and I knew very little about the. I've been to plenty of wrestling stuff with Jackson, but I knew right off the bat he was doing stuff a lot of guys don't know how to do.
I
Right.
love it. It's
Yes, it
awesome.
was great. It was great. So
Yeah, Matt Steele has finally met his match in
Oh,
Waylon Lawrence.
and I'm here for it, dude.
well,
You
and
know.
I might correct you. It's actually the American Warrior. I might throw that out there. I don't know who this Whalen person is you're talking about.
I
Yeah.
apologize. Okay, that's it. That's his wrestling name is American Warrior.
He's the American Warrior. So
Okay, well, I listen. I stand corrected, and I'm glad to know the truth now. So
Hey,
we,
Wister,
yeah.
Wister, if you were going to be a pro wrestler, what would your name be?
Oh my gosh, I don't know, man. You'd have to give me some time to really think on that. You can't put me on the spot where because I'd come up with something good, something like Doctor Feelgood or something. I mean, it had to be something good.
well, it's going to have to rhyme with Twister, actually.
Hey, it could be the Twister. I mean, you're right. It could be something that simple.
Yeah, and I don't know what you'd be twisting, but I'm sure we could get creative here.
Yeah, just off the top rope, I would do a 360 in the air before I came down on the opponent. Yeah,
I want to see that.
yeah. I mean,
Maybe
Like,
we
I want
should
to see
have
it the
that
first time you
at.
try it.
We need to
yeah,
have that at Colfax.
yeah. My new nickname would be Broken Legs.
Well, we have been to some midget wrestling has occurred at a mud park before.
Oh yes, it
Yes.
has a few
Yeah,
times. As
Yes.
a matter of fact.
It's hitting a little
but
close to home. Hitting a little close to home. Just want to bring it down a little bit.
well, there's always mud wrestling, so I'm sure that's going to happen.
Yeah, mud wrestling.
Yeah, yeah, for
Hey,
That
sure.
sounds like something I
hey,
would say.
Wister, I saw a comment earlier from the Minister of Mud saying he was going to be at Louisiana Mudfest, dude.
That's
Yeah, I
crazy.
see it right here.
Now, I
How
don't know if
about
that means,
that?
I don't know if he's performing a ceremony, if he's just coming down there to hang out and be incognito. I don't know. But I'm always happy to see Arnie.
He's going to miss 420.
Absolutely.
He's going to miss 420 by just a couple of days, but I think he'll extend that 420 vacation just a few more days to keep it real.
I don't think he's going to miss the 420.
He's not.
No.
He'll never miss 420.
Yeah.
Hey, did
It's
you
been
guys
April.
see? Did you guys see the belt buckle that Louisiana Mudfest had made in honor of Terry Curl?
I
So
did see that. That was very
it's going to
nice.
give away. It's a nice belt buckle, and you know where Wister, you know where my mind goes right when I see that. The very first thing, I go, damn, those things aren't cheap because we priced private label belt buckles a couple years ago. We were like, the hell with that.
Yeah. Yeah, something else. Look at this guy.
Like,
He's showing off the Wall of Fame here.
Well, there's
ooh,
Louisiana Mudfest 2016.
Wow.
Got some good signatures. That's
I was going to say, that's cool, Daniel, that you got a lot of people to sign it.
yeah. We've even got like Pepitone and all is on there.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
that's like 4 years ago.
Scott Green was
Yeah.
there. Yeah. And I've got somewhere, speaking of Arnie Kraft, I have got, y'all will like this. This is the Luke Walker Red Barn Custom Mud Bog
Yeah.
Oh,
that Chucky D attended.
oh yeah.
And I actually have the Minister of Mud right there, Arnie Kraft.
There
Nice.
he is.
Yeah.
Right next to the
And
Dirty Beaver.
Daniel,
and
if I'm not mistaken, that same weekend, Chris, you and I don't know who else, we were up in Canada,
Yeah.
and I think Chuck went to that event the weekend we were at Al's place
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
So,
because Chuck won't go to Canada anymore. So
Yeah.
but yeah, that Minister of Mud was there, and so that'll be cool to see him at Louisiana. If we go out here, you can see we got a little bit of stuff going on. We pulled some of the trucks out, but we've got Ginger. It's got a new wrap that's going to show up for Colfax. This is the Ginger's handlebar grill wrap. I don't know if you can really tell.
Yeah, it's badass, dude.
Yeah. So
That
she's
is
ready
really
to
nice.
hit the mud with that thing. And we've got Pimp Juice all still ready to rock and roll.
Wister, make his screen bigger.
All right.
I want to
All
see
right,
what
I
he.
got you.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
so there's the Pimp Juice. Little tires, of course. Our shop's only got a 12-foot roof, so we can barely fit that thing in here. And there's the Escalade. So we've got them lit up. We got more lights that we'll put on when we get down there, so it all
How,
look real good.
how
And
tall is it when it's fully tired up? How tall is it?
it's around 14 feet. It's kind of hard to measure exactly, but if you get the tape measure and you kind of look across there, you're looking around the 14 feet area.
Well,
Yeah.
every time I pull a tape measure out and look across it, I'm disappointed.
Well, I have a special tape measure. I'll get you one.
Okay.
Yeah.
The millimeters are actually labeled, so it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's the metric system. It's
Yeah.
all good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Daniel, I'm guessing you guys, do y'all participate in the King of the Pit at all, or just the bounty hole, or you just play all weekend? What do you guys look forward to most?
Well, we just like to play, but we typically do hit the bounty hole. The big trucks. I mean, it's kind of worth it to hit the bounty hole.
Sure.
And now this year, I've heard. I'm not part of the corporate on that thing, but I think they're going to have the King of the Pit and the Queen of the Pit.
I
Oh,
heard that.
Yeah,
So,
that's the word on
saw
the
that on
street.
the yep, saw that on the schedule flyer that they put out yesterday, and I shared that on the Trucks Gone Wild page last night. The yep, Queen of the Pit, first ever one, and I think that's really awesome. I saw our buddy Billy Richard. I believe he's going to put his sweetheart in one of those trucks, and she's going to do Queen of the Pit. So everybody better look out. It doesn't matter which truck she goes in; it's going to be a contender.
Don't get in front of her.
Yeah, don't get in front of her. Hey, hopefully she's pretty good at pointing and shooting.
Yep, Billy has been working night and day getting the trucks ready. He's the other truck's called Spare Change.
Yep,
Motor, transmission. I mean, he's gone through the whole thing, painted stuff. They've got tires and just everything's different. He's got, of course, the cashed out truck that is kind of his signature truck, and then
absolutely.
across the neighborhood over there, Terrence Beeman comes with him. He's got a couple trucks coming, both so 4 trucks from Napoleonville, Louisiana, coming to Colfax.
Nice.
where,
Yes.
where's Napoleonville?
Well, it's a secret location.
Oh,
Can't really disclose the exact coordinates of that.
You
Is that right,
can't,
Daniel?
The only thing I know is when we're there, we eat crawfish.
Imagine
Every
that.
time. Yeah.
Oh well,
And
I saw
so,
where several people that had just decided to make the trip from Texas.
yeah,
I saw where they were trying to get Duke Bohannon to bring Bootlegger back again.
yep,
So I don't know if he has decided yes or no yet. I saw him and hung out with him last weekend, and there were several others that were making the trip. So man, I tell you,
Derek Morse from Rednecks with Paychecks is rumored to be going.
yeah, he was one of the ones that was talking about it. Sure enough, and
Yeah.
and then Twitty's on here. I'm guessing that Twitty and Bam Bam and Xavier with X Men Truck and several others. Just
So is the Cracker Chuck, is Dirt Boss? You hear that he's coming?
the last I heard, he was, unless
Oh boy.
something's changed.
Well, there's a showstopper right there.
Well, yep, he and that X-Men truck are definitely some. And if Duke does show up with Bootlegger, I mean, that's 3 in that category that are just wild and crazy to watch.
And then
You throw.
I think we're going to have the biggest Florida crew coming as to
yeah,
date.
that's what it sounded like to me too. Even last weekend at Truck Meet, because so this weekend, Daniel, uh, like Friday morning, Julie and I are heading over to the West Coast down there. We're going down to this little place called Lido Beach, if you know where that is,
Yeah,
and down by Sarasota. And
yeah,
it's Zacho's beach birthday party. He's killing it, Zacho. He's
Yeah.
having his birthday party this weekend. So we're gonna go down Friday and hang out, relax, have a little romantic couples evening. And Saturday we're gonna go to Zacho's party. And I was talking to like some guys like Carlos and a few other ones last weekend at Truck Meet, and they're like, "Yeah, we're going down to Zacho's, and then we're coming home, and then we're trailering out on Wednesday, heading to Louisiana." So there was probably, gosh, and Josh Otto and a bunch of other dudes. I mean, there had to have been 12 to 15 guys that were at truck meet last weekend that are all coming out to Louisiana, and
Oh
that's just
wow.
around here,
Nice.
We may need to
So,
call Michael about some parking.
Well,
oh, he, that little lot off to the right.
Yeah,
He may be renting that one for the weekend.
yeah.
I don't know. I
Well,
well,
hope he gets.
Houston just chimed in, said Team America will be there again.
Nice.
So those are one of my favorites right there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hope.
Up there's Duke. Duke just chimed in. I guess I'll go.
Well, then
Dude,
it's
you
going to be a
think
hit.
about it. Yep, you think about it. You got Twitty, Bam Bam. You got the X-Man. You got the bootlegger truck. You got disability. Um, you got all of your trucks, Daniel, that you're going to be bringing. I mean, it's going to be a who's who there next weekend.
I'm telling you. If you're
We'll
not
see.
there, I don't know if you should even. I mean, I would just give it up.
Get out of the sport, huh?
Yeah.
Time to take up something else.
Get
These
out
are
of the sport.
these are plastic Team America cups, right? Team
Oh, I
America
like
cups.
it.
They're dated. Trucks So Wild, Colfax, Louisiana, April 2020. I still have these bitches in my kitchen cabinet. I still use them.
Nice.
You know.
Well, that
Nice.
was one. You think about it, that's one of the events that went ahead and went on in
It did.
2020 when a lot of others had to postpone.
That's right.
Heck, we all remember Derek, man. He got caught up in the crosshairs there in Texas for this March event, and remember how difficult it was for him to, tell everybody that he was having to postpone, and they didn't let him know until about, I don't know, 10 days before the event. I mean, what a mess that was. So, I mean, a lot of them had to postpone back then. So,
You know.
Yeah, I don't think Michael Parker. He didn't really give it much thought. He said, "We'll just."
I'm going.
Well, he
come
he
to
was.
come to Mudfest.
Yeah, he referred to it as a peaceful protest, so it was totally fine.
That's right. That's right. The peaceful protest.
And
I
he did
Yeah.
forgot
that.
about that, Matt.
Dude, he did that on the news, bro. On the news, right?
I love it.
They're like, Mr. Parker, are you going to shut down your event for the safety of everyone? He went, hell no. We are a peaceful protest, son.
Classic.
We're, we're getting on the plane going, I wonder if it's going to be open or not.
It was open.
It was open.
Well, it
It
was a
was.
good. It was a good event too.
Oh, it was great,
Yeah.
man. We had that a couple times that year because we went to the barnyard in August, and they were told by some people up there in an authority position. They said, you should not have the event. They go, but we won't be checking to see if you had it or not.
Hey,
They
Penny
called us.
Martin, great friend of ours from Florida. She said she's in one of those big convoys coming with a big group, with the lime time machine and all of that. So, Penny, it's great that you're going to be there next weekend. You'll be able to get some great video and pictures for everybody.
Yep. Penny was hanging out with us last weekend. It was great.
Yep.
In your experience, has there ever been?
I can't hear you.
On
Got your. There you
in,
go.
in your experience, has there ever been a bad Colfax event?
Um, no, there's been two or three that had horrible weather.
The rain.
Yes. I remember there was one time where I don't know if you had to get pushed in, but Scott Green came in and he had to get pulled in or pushed in by a loader all the way up to camp area.
Yep, I was there.
One of the early years that we went there, we went back to the hotel that night and we came back the next morning and our entire trailer had shifted about a foot. It slid. There was so much water on the ground. So
Man.
The
um,
cool thing is it always dries out fast. So you
Yep.
yeah,
should never cancel because of the weather because it never sticks around.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of parks like that, Daniel.
Yeah.
A lot of parks like that. They can really absorb. Taylor County Boondocks was one of those. It could pour down rain, and it's going to be a little bit muddy on the main road for a little while, but outside of that, the rest of the park just soaked it right up.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a good comment from Duke. I might be bringing something else with me this time that everyone has been wanting to see come back out. Now, if that's not a teaser, I don't know what is. Duke, inquiring minds want to know. I think I know what you're talking about, but I'm not going to spoil it.
Right
I don't
above
want to be
that,
the one to
Scott
do that.
says we're
Hey,
coming.
Scott Green's right here too. Look at that. Scott Green says we're coming. Nice. Be great to see him again.
Man,
What a great
Duke
time.
might be bringing something else with me that everybody's been wanting to see come back out.
Yep. You want to put some guesses out? Anybody want to guess? See what it is? I know. I think I know. But I'm not going to be the spoiler. I can't hear you. Oh, you hit your mute button accidentally, Chris. Oh,
Sorry, I had to take a piss. It's Duke's bringing out the shirts we made for him like 8 years ago. That's what it is. That's what
Oh,
everybody can't wait to
no,
see.
he's talking about a vehicle,
I
Lester.
know.
He's talking about a vehicle. Now, let's see if anybody's putting any guesses in. Could Duke be bringing? Oh, look, here's Andrew Ware, the bodacious man himself. He says, I'm coming too. Hell yeah. I think most people already knew that, Andrew. This is one of the events of the year that you don't miss. So it'd be awesome to see bodaciousness. So that's another powerhouse you've got in the lineup, Daniel.
Well,
I'd
I'm going
hate
to
to
tell you, if you're trying to be king of the pit, you better bring your A game.
A+ game
Yeah,
on nitrous.
yeah.
It's gonna be crazy. Dude, that is awesome.
Dude, I tell you what, it was crazy. Last year, that King of the Pit, that little in-cab 360 cam with Twitty and
Yeah.
was it
Bam
Cracker or
Bam.
Bam Bam driving that truck? That video went crazy. I don't know how many. It's probably got 70, 80, 90 million views across all the channels now. It was crazy last year. It was one of those weird videos that it just it said a lot of things and showed a lot of things, but didn't show much at all. You know what I mean? Because when he hits it and you see Twitty jump, you know what I mean, and then he gets on it and does the wheelie, and it's just really, really, really cool. And it was really cool to see that from the other angle, and you know the evolution of that pit. I remember the first time we went to Louisiana Mudfest. Matt, you remember they were jumping like that old junk car, like they had built a ramp on the side of the pit. And they were jumping that old junk car into there, and there was hardly anybody around that thing. And
it was
now,
damn. It was damn near dry. Where all that mud is now was almost dry. I mean, it was dry by comparison. You know?
yeah, because that cat jumped that thing like 20 feet into that pit,
Yeah.
and it was just, it wasn't. You could still see, the tires. You can't do that anymore. There's some, Daniel, you probably know better than anybody. There's some pretty deep holes in that pit in places.
Yes, there is. You
Yep.
you need to watch someone go through there first before you tackle it. We'll pull
Dude,
you out, as long as we're
oh,
not stuck first.
look, here's Brother Billy right here. He says, I'm bringing back Midnight Bogging in the main pit Wednesday night. Let's go. Only Billy Richard.
Yeah, he's
You
not
know what
planning on sleeping.
Yeah.
You know
He
what I
hadn't
hope does
slept
happen?
since Rednecks. He hadn't slept.
It always seems to happen there, and other places too that have like one hill in the middle of the mud pit on Saturday morning. Somebody has to just go park on it. And it's like, hey guys, that's like the one thing that's gonna be where like the cool stuff's gonna happen. And you're just parked on it.
Right.
And they're like, yeah. It's like, okay, move. Get out of the way. So it'll happen.
That'll
That's
be
very
fun.
cool. Well,
Hell,
Daniel, will we see any videos or pictures from you from next weekend's event? I know you're kind of shy when it comes to social media and stuff like that. So, sharing people, a bunch of girls in the back. I know you don't let girls ride in the back of the big trucks anymore, and you had to get away from that. And you kind of shy away from taking any pictures and sharing anything. So, do you think you can step your game up a little bit next weekend?
well, if I've got permission, then I will attempt to. I'll make that one of my goals.
I love it. I
It,
always look forward to seeing your stuff at events.
If not, Whistler, he's doing a Bible study Thursday night at 9 p.m. by
Yes,
the stage.
Yes.
and Sunday morning, we'll repent all of it.
Right.
So
Nice.
yeah,
Very good.
yeah. But yeah, no big plans. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see how
Hopefully,
it just falls
hopefully
into
they'll have a
place, right?
crowd. Yeah, hopefully the crowd will be there. Right.
Dude, I think the crowd is going to be there big time when all these trucks are coming in. I'm gonna have to put an updated flyer together with all these trucks and stuff that are coming, and I'm gonna make myself a note to do that. Maybe I can get that done tomorrow and get it out there.
I
Yeah.
think we may be looking at potentially the biggest truck count in the history of Louisiana Mudfest, this event. And that's saying something because every year it's just crazy. Like we used to talk about truck count at Bamboo, truck count when we were going to Iron Horse back in the day, and there's always been Michigan Mud Jam, big truck count and all that. But man, I don't know, Louisiana is right up in there with it, if not at the top. I don't know.
I think you're exactly right. And I think it's going to be a continuation from the Okeechobee event, Matt, because, dude, there was so many trucks and buggies there. I mean, I had not seen that many buggies in one place since the old Mudfest days. And I know that's where they're built and maintained down there and housed in that area, but still it was just amazing. But still the number of trucks that were there. And I think exactly, you just nailed it, this probably going to be the biggest showing of big badass and everything in between too, for trucks next weekend.
You, you
Yeah.
know, what's crazy about this sport is, and Daniel, you know this. When you first started doing this, you could probably go to this town or that town, and you knew every tractor tire mud truck that was around. You knew every guy, and there was like a handful. Now you show up to places, and there's more new trucks than you used to see anywhere that show up. You're like, holy hell!
I still know them though.
Right, right.
He knows better than we do who the trucks are belong to.
Now
Yeah,
look, if
that's
I don't
that's
know them,
so
I'm getting a
cool.
selfie with them at least.
Right.
That's what I was talking about earlier, man. You got to let us know who's there. You
Yeah.
you always do a great job taking pictures of the drivers and the trucks. Look who's here,
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So, I enjoyed it. I
Congratulations.
got a lot of good pictures from you from Bamboo, and
Yeah.
so
Now bamboo was tough. I'm going to tell you. When we left, that's when I really realized how many people were at Plant Bamboo.
yeah,
We
yeah,
came in early, so we got there. I mean, there wasn't anybody there, and so when we left, I said, "Man, how did all these people actually fit? Because that place is big."
Yeah.
it's big. Yeah,
And there wasn't a patch that someone wasn't camped on. That was just amazing. That was
yeah.
really what was that a kind of a was that I would say that was one of their bigger ones, but I'd never been before. I mean that looked to me like maybe a record.
It's
I
pretty
think
good.
it was. I think it was the biggest Trucks Gone Wild event that was ever there, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it was
Yep.
fantastic. And I'm going to tell you that weather was so great, and that's what I like about Colfax is it'll get plenty hot during the day, but then the night is just right. It's
Yep.
it's the perfect weather, and on that river down there, you've always got just a little bit of breeze. It's I think it may be the perfect mud park.
It's pretty darn good.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's got
And you
plenty
can
of
get
mud for
around
all you guys to play in. Sorry, Matt.
and you can get around it easily too. You know what I mean? Because you can take the main road or you can take the other road in the back, and you can duck down these little side roads. Like you can usually, if you've been there before, you know your way around. You can
Yes.
get around.
Yeah, you're not likely to miss much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's one thing we definitely like about it compared to somewhere that's real spread out. When it's real spread out, you're liable to miss something.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
I like that. And you don't want to miss anything, Daniel, right?
Oh, I don't. I don't really want to miss anything.
and no food duties next weekend.
No food. Ginger,
All play.
I feel like she's retiring on me. I'm like, what?
What's the deal with that? You got to crack the whip, dude.
I'm telling. She works more now than she did before, and I guess she's trying to keep her quality up. Either that, or she likes to. I think she's turning into someone that likes to play a little bit. I think that may be what's going on.
I think she's always had a little bit of play. She
Yeah.
always, yeah, she likes it just as much as the rest of the family does. So
I
very
think she's
cool.
jealous of me out there having all that fun.
That's right. While she's in there, damn cooking, trying to make money to pay for your hobbies.
Well, I know it. I'm having to learn to cook now, guys. It's not really. I'm having to
Oh,
make her a sandwich.
She's like, cool story, Daniel. Now make me.
yeah.
Hey, I
And
do what
she's
I'm
got
told.
Yeah, well, she's got an awesome setup now, and I
Yes,
know that's really helping her. She's got such an awesome setup and everything that she got going on there. But yeah, good. Keep all that stuff at home. Bring the trucks and everything, and just go out this weekend and just have a good family and friends weekend.
that's
That's
it.
awesome.
That's
Good,
it.
good for her.
Yeah, well, that's our plan.
Good deal. Any final thoughts before we let you go?
Man, I think we've got it all covered. Got any questions that hadn't been answered?
Yep. If anybody's got a question for any of us,
Daniel
type
can
them in
finish
right now.
No,
one
because
week.
look, if you don't get it now, you're gonna have to find me at Colfax.
Yeah, which is not hard to do. It's not
Look,
hard to do.
Well,
Yeah.
I know where the truck's going to be once it gets dark. I know where to find it.
Yeah.
well, maybe.
You know,
If it gets too crowded, we can't make it down through there. But we're gonna give it a shot.
Yeah.
man, it does get fun back there in the back.
Yeah, yeah. So we do good on like a Thursday night. Friday night's decent. By Saturday night, it's a slim chance we'll be able to make a cruise.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll definitely give it a shot. If you guys
Very
will
good.
come direct traffic, I'm in.
You're in.
Yeah,
Listen, nobody listens to a word I say or anything, so you don't want me directing traffic.
Yeah.
same. That's it.
Yeah. I'll be like,
Definitely.
"Hey, how you doing? Hey, do you mind doing that? F you, man, still run."
Bring
I
back
just,
DVDs.
yeah,
Yeah.
dude. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Bring
Where's
back the
Cool Hudson?
DVDs.
I just take it with a grain of salt. It's
Yeah,
all good.
and a
It's all
beer.
good. Nobody means anything. Yeah, they may say that, and then next thing they say, "Oh, hey, you need a beer?"
Oh, they always say that. I
See?
will say that.
Yeah, it's all
This
good.
is a generous group of people that we hang out with
Yes.
nationwide, especially
Absolutely.
in the world of beverages. They are
Yeah.
very
That and food too. That and food
absolutely.
too.
Yep.
All right, my
Definitely.
friend. Well, Daniel Roberts, Mr. Pimp Juice himself, man, in the house tonight, man. Thank you so much for joining the team and giving us your perspective on some things and sharing some stories with us. We always appreciate you, and it's always good to hang out with you. So we'll leave it until next weekend, man. We're only talking about 7-8 days. Everybody be
Yep.
hanging out together once again.
Right on. Well, we will see you guys there.
All
All
right,
right,
my
man.
friend.
Thanks,
Thank you
brother.
again.
See you.
All right.
All right, man, it's going to be big time. I don't know. Anybody want to make any projections? And I'm wondering, will they do the King of the Pit individually or teams again? Have you
Who?
heard anything on that?
Mm-mm,
Um,
I haven't.
no, I want to say Adam told me, but it was a while back. I haven't spoken to him in a while, so I forgot. I don't know.
Hey, Wister, is Mike in the lobby?
He is.
Bring him in. He's
Oh,
been.
hey, fellas.
Hey, Mike.
Funny to see you here.
Damn it, Santa Claus.
Thanks for bringing me in, Wister.
You're welcome, bud.
Not like I've been
Hey,
calling audibles for the last hour.
I hadn't seen anything. Have you been texting?
Wister, you're the biggest cock blocker I know.
I would never do that if I knew you wanted to come in. I would have brought you in earlier, so you
Oh,
could have
imagine that.
chatted. You could have
Imagine
chatted
all
with
the
Daniel.
ignored group texts that I sent.
I don't look at my text
I can't.
messages or phone when I'm on here.
Yeah, we
Uh-huh.
can't. Yeah.
I mean,
I've
I
been
don't
watching
do it.
Led just sit there and laugh every single text. He's like, yeah, fuck that guy.
No, I never
Okay.
saw. I just saw it just now.
Well, Joe Martin just says he thinks they're doing the King of the Pit individually, no teams. And
Okay.
Russell Twitty just confirmed that. Billy Richard says singles as well.
Yeah, Randy said
And Randy
individual.
said that
Dude,
Adam said individual as
I think
well.
I think
So
it should be as much as I love the team stuff, dude. We learned it years ago when we did it, and I'm not saying we were the first to do it, but I don't know if we were or weren't. But I know we were the first to do it and get so much hatred for it. And Mike, you were there, and it was brutal, dude. The team freestyle that we did, we thought was going to be the coolest thing ever, and
Oh,
and
Michigan
my
Mud Jam?
oh
yeah,
god, yeah, dude, that was if that was one of those things where if I could go back in time and change, I would. It'd be
that would
like,
be one of the top three. Yep, changes. out of the history of Trucks Gone Wild events, wouldn't it? I remember that very well.
For the record, in Michigan Mud Jam 2015, my vote was for Twitty and Scott Green.
Ah,
I don't
yeah.
think they won that year though.
No, it was.
I think Twitty either got stuck or broke halfway through.
No, SCS Craig
Yeah, it was Craig and
and his partner
AJ.
was it AJ? Yeah, that
What?
sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they killed it.
Killing it.
Killing it. Yep. So
Hey,
what
I
you
had
have
an
for
interactive
us tonight
question,
there, Mike? Okay.
but since Wister didn't, he Wistered me again. By the way, are you coming next weekend, Wister?
Yeah, man, I'll be there. I'll be there Wednesday night.
Nice.
Just kidding. It's a Trucks Gone Wild event. I know you're not coming. I have an interactive question.
All right.
What year, and I'm asking this because I seriously don't remember, but it was my favorite memory of Louisiana Mudfest. What year was the Redneck Carousel?
Ooh,
Oh.
good question.
Oh,
That's a Team America question. So
Yeah,
Houston and
he
Justin,
was on
they can't.
earlier now. I don't know
Yeah,
if he's
they
still
can't
on.
comment.
I remember I rode it.
I was
don't
going to
think
say
you remember riding it.
2019.
I think you remember seeing the footage of you riding it because
Oh no, I remember riding it. I remember riding it. And
I remember you telling me earlier in the day, Mike, it's your job to keep me off of that thing.
oh,
And then after a few beers, I didn't keep you off that thing, but I got some really good footage of it.
didn't I fire you for letting me do that?
Probably.
Hey,
Why are you-
Houston confirms 2017 was when the carousel was. I guess
It
2019, so
it
I
had
was
been
wrong.
after that because 18 was the first year I ever went.
yeah.
So Houston, the man that made the carousel, he's wrong about it then.
Yes.
Yeah. I wasn't there in
Houston.
17. I was back in Crystal River. 18 was the first year I ever went, but I didn't think it was the first year. I thought it was after that, but I could
I
be
thought it
wrong.
was 19, but I could be wrong.
Houston, I have a request. I know it's a little short notice, but I would like to have the Redneck Carousel brought back to Louisiana Mudfest this year. Can we
Yeah,
make
I
that
mean,
happen?
surely you can put that together in a couple of days.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no
It
problem.
was slapped together with a couple of bolts. It was like a carousel ride, like a carnival ride.
Yeah,
Dude,
and if you can make 2,500 cups, 3,000 T-shirts, a couple briefcases full of a couple
A briefcase
$1 million.
full of money with Trump on
Yeah,
it.
yeah, and the whole thing. And if you could have like people dressed up like Mad Max with flames shooting out of pipes. Yeah, they just throw
hey,
that together.
look, we've got an update from the man himself. All pits have been totally reworked, including the bounty hole, straight from Michael Parker himself. Great update there, Michael. Thank you very much for that. That's going to be exciting. How about that?
Wister, he's
Yes,
constantly reworking the pits.
he's constantly reworking the pits. Love it.
You know, hey, I want to say this. I want to say this while Michael is on.
And when you go into that park, there's all the park owners want it to look good when you drive in. Michael will have everything mowed. He'll have everything. It'll be clean. It'll be laid back. It'll be beautiful. We say the same thing about Al Benasaki, and we always joke that like Al freaks out, kind of like Michael does, right before the gates open. It's like, hold on, there's a line a mile down the road. Hold on, there's one blade of grass over there. I need to run over
With the scissors and cut it so nobody sees. You know, and we say that with love because
these guys care so much about that first impression when
Yeah.
people roll.
so
Yeah, you're exactly right. That's pretty cool.
So Matt, you know my profile picture on Facebook where you and I are locking arms and drinking a beer at Bamboo?
yeah.
I intend to remake that this weekend with Mr. Parker, or next week with Mr. Parker. He was jealous of our profile picture, so
Oh yeah.
yeah, Mr. Parker and I are going to remake that profile picture next weekend.
Well,
Well,
I'm not.
you're gonna have to time it right to where you catch him with a beer.
Probably the same time I got a beer in my hand.
Mike, are you getting your side by side hauled out?
No, should I?
Just asking.
Because I've got friends coming from Florida going to Louisiana, but I thought we had a really cool golf cart to ride around this weekend or next weekend.
Oh, dude, we got a golf cart that two people. Well, the golf cart will.
When's Dave getting there?
He's probably
Probably
there
Wednesday
already.
night.
Probably
He's
Wednesday.
on Trucks Gone Wild Dime. He's already there.
All right. So if Dave gets there Wednesday, the golf cart will be broken by Thursday. We will get there Friday. Chuck will be pissed off all day. But we'll just take the rental car around. That's fine.
Hey, guys, got to do the best you can.
I mean, that's only been how it's happened the last 7 years.
Oh,
We
okay.
can we can probably
There's a plan.
negotiate something this weekend because everybody we're hanging out with at Zacho's party, I think, is going to Louisiana, right? There's
Oh,
got to be 5 foot of trailer space where we can get one or two of my side by sides over there.
I don't. I think we'll be okay.
We can walk. It's fine.
make it happen, man. Make it happen.
I won't.
Call somebody and see who's got trailer room.
We'll just ride Wister side by side. He's coming.
Yeah, I don't have a side by side. Remember, or was that a dig?
Yeah, a little bit. Thanks, Wister. He cost me about 10 grand.
Hey. Well, look, you guys got any final thoughts before we cut it loose tonight? Great having Daniel on.
Wister, Mike, aren't you celebrating an anniversary today?
Oh,
Oh,
It
are you
is
really?
mine and Wister's friendiversary on Facebook.
I didn't see that. It didn't pop up in my timeline. I would have
Of
said
course you
something.
didn't see it, just like all my text messages that let me in tonight.
I didn't see.
You
I
ignore
don't
me.
look at my phone during the show, so
Uh-huh.
hey, Wister. I think you need to be more sensitive in your
I
relationship with
do.
Dirty.
I know, and I would have appreciated that, and I would have shown the love if I'd have seen it. So
You're
I
the.
would have.
something's wrong.
I think you ignored it. You ignored it just like my friend request.
I think that Wister in that relationship is the alpha, and I think you need to, you know,
Of course.
soften up a little bit. You know.
Hey, I have an update. I'm on the official Team America Facebook group page,
Yeah.
and I went back through their photos, and if was the carousel an American flag truck with the carousel
Yes.
on top?
Yep.
The pictures I see are from April 29th, 2018. 18,
So that
and
was the
Matt
first year I went.
and Matt, you even replied, "Great times. Thank you guys for being you guys." And yeah, I think that was the carousel because they did. It wouldn't have been before that.
No, because 18 was the first year you guys invited me to come. And if you remember right, I talked shit on the live show about it, and those guys wanted to kick my ass when I showed up.
Oh,
Well,
you made an
There's no
awkward
telling.
first impression.
I made an awkward first impression. Imagine that.
Imagine that. Yeah, imagine that.
I think it was part of the top 5 things I hate about Louisiana, and it was the redneck carousel was put together like carnival ride. And when I showed up, I forget who it was. One of the brothers. They're like, I heard what you said about me on the internet, but I'm still glad you're here.
He let you slide, huh?
Yeah.
Mike,
No, they're cool as shit. We became
Mike,
good buddies after. Once they realized I was just fucking around, then we became good buddies.
one day, maybe this weekend when we're hanging out at Zacho's party, if we're just bullshitting, over a beer or two, I'll let you know how many ass whoopings I've spared you from.
I was talking to Cole about that because I was talking about Cole about last weekend, and he was saying something about one of the other guys that was there, and I was like, I feel like you guys had that conversation about me with other people before. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, the conversation. He's not really a dick once you get to know him. Conversation. He goes, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Matt, you need to do a top 5 list. You need to do the top 5 people that wanted to kick Mike's ass over the years. And I think Twitty's probably on that list.
Adam Whipple's on the list.
Adam Whipple. Who else is
Yeah.
on
Scott
that list?
Sherbon,
Who?
Scott Sherbon was on that list
Oh, really? Him?
on the cruise. Dude, Scotty
Dude,
was ready
Scotty
to
hated me for a
Mike.
long time.
Scotty was
I
going
don't
to
even
throw
know what
Dirty
I
Mike
did.
off the boat, dude.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
a
he was
classic
just
right
like, fuck
there.
that guy.
Yeah.
I'd probably put myself on that list. You know,
Yeah.
I
Chuck's
just told
probably
that
wanted to beat
story.
you up a couple of times.
I just told that story about you and me, Matt. For the I forget who it was last weekend. I was like, yeah, the first time I met Matt, he fucking hated me, and I'm like, what? No way. I was like, no, listen to this. I was like, for real, he did not like me for years, all the way into 2015 Michigan Mud Jam when we were getting in the rental car, and Matt's
oh, I
like,
didn't,
yeah, you remember
Mike,
bringing that up?
I didn't like you. I just didn't care. That was that's even worse.
No,
Now
you
I
were like, fuck that guy. He's a
now I
sarcastic
now I
prick.
care about you, Dirty Mike. You know, There's another dude. There's another dude in our mix that I probably saved from more ass whoopings than you.
God, who could that be?
I know.
I'm just gonna guess. No, I won't. I won't guess.
We saw him last weekend.
Yeah. All right. Want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We had a great show. It's great to have Daniel on again. Dirty Mike, thanks for coming on board.
Yeah,
And
thanks for bringing me in, Wister. It's
yeah,
good to be here.
well, if you'd have called, I would have done it, but
If
I
only I
don't.
sent a text message or an
I would
audible
have
or
looked at the phone if you would have called, so to see who it was.
and it's our friend anniversary too.
God,
Oh,
10 years probably
did you
or
guys
longer.
get each other gifts?
We will. We'll exchange gifts later.
I'm
Yeah, for
expecting
sure.
something nice for this anniversary.
It's going to be a very cool T-shirt.
Yeah, he's gonna buy you some clippers to cut that shit off your face.
I know. It's about time to trim that stuff up, Mike.
I was
You
on the boat. It's wind blowing.
you look like a Timu Scott Brickle.
You know, he never responded to my text message I sent him.
Of course he
What?
didn't.
The one you maybe sent him, the dude that looked like him at the event.
Oh, the guy downstairs by the bar. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you guys are gonna have to have that
Ooh,
conversation
excuse
with
me.
Scott Brickle before June. Like, Dirty Mike's not really a dick. He's a nice
That-
guy. We like his
we,
fun.
we, we might have to expand your list from top 5 to top 10 dudes that want to whip your ass.
I was gonna say comes
Scott
in at
Brickle
number
wants to whip my
7.
ass right now.
You know.
All right,
Oh,
everybody. Thank you so
hey,
much.
hey,
I hope a
Dirty
lot of
Mike.
you.
I,
What?
I think Daniel Roberts wanted to beat your ass at one time too. I mean, he was
He's on tonight.
He
We
probably
never.
still does.
Absolutely. Everybody's had a run in with you, Mike. I mean,
Oh,
it's
dude.
just part of the fun. All right. For the
Chucky
last
D.
time, we're taking off. We'll see everybody next weekend in Louisiana, in Colfax, Louisiana, that is. And hope there are a lot of people come. Make sure you bring your friends. Make sure you tell everybody, because Colfax, Louisiana, next weekend is going to be the absolute place to be. So
We are
Look
thanks,
forward to
we
Matt
seeing you
Steele.
there, Wister.
we are
Huh?
going to 10x the population of Colfax next weekend.
10x.
Hell damn yeah. All right. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Dirty Mike. Always good to have you guys on. And we'll see everybody very soon. Peace.
Good night.